In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create highly available Aurora database in AWS. I'm using one lab assignment from Plural site. So first we're going to create our database. At first it should be single availability zone database, the deployment. So we're going to type RDS. And here we're going to create our new database. So if we go below, create database, it's gonna be a standard create, and I'm gonna choose the default Aurora PostgreSQL. We're gonna use latest version. Template will be production because we want our database to be highly available. And for the DB cluster name, we're gonna choose this name. Master username will be Postgres. You can change it. Let's keep it as default Aurora standard. And here we have some options for the DB instance class. So we can choose memory optimized classes, but it includes R classes, which means that we're going to have a much larger instance, and it's best option for if your application requires high performance. But for now we're going to choose burstable classes because it includes T classes, and also it means that burstable means that basically when your instance needs high CPU usage, it's gonna burst the full CPU for a short period of time. And then for the availability, we're gonna don't create an Aurora replica, which means that we will not have any multi-AZ deployment for now, because we just want to create single instance. Then I'm gonna keep all the things default. Availability zone, no preference, because it means that basically the AWS will automatically decide which zone the instance should be created. I'm gonna just keep it as default, and I think that's it. We can create our database. It's gonna take some time to create fully. So currently it's creating our database cluster, and as you see that we have one instance here. Currently it says it's reader instance, but soon it's gonna be writer, I think. And the region is US West 2. So currently our cluster is available. Let's also wait a little bit to make sure that our instance is available as well. Okay, now our instance is available. As you see that the role of our instance is writer, it means that it plays both writer and reader role. Soon we're gonna just create a reader instance to offload the reader role from this one instance. And also in the region, you can see that it's created in US with 2B. This is one of the availability zone. And also here in the multi-AZ, you see that it's not enabled. So because we just have one instance, what we're gonna do is we're gonna click this PC lab cluster, and we're gonna create our new reader instance. So we're gonna say add reader. So the Aurora replica source will be our first instance, and as identifier, as the name of our reader instance, I'm gonna choose this name. I'm gonna keep all the default configuration of our instance one, but of course you can configure your reader replica differently as well. So here availability zone, it says, so basically we have our first instance, it's created in US West 2B. So we can choose 2C or 2A as well, because it's multi-AZ deployment. But if you just leave it as default, no preference, then it's automatically will be created in different availability zone. which means that if you have US-based 2B, most probably I guess it will be created in US-based 2C. So I'm going to choose it as default, so no preference. And let's just create. After a few minutes, this read replica will be available, and we're going to see that this part is changed. Also here multi-AZ deployment should be enabled. Let's wait a little bit. Okay, so now our instance is available, and the role of this instance is reader. And as you see that the region, the first instance is created in USB 2B, and since we choose to automatically create this replica in different AZ zone, so it's created in USB 2A, but it could be USB 2C as well. Anyway, since there are two different availability zone, it means that it is multi-AZ deployment. And if we look at here, multi-AZ, you're going to see that we have two zones. And since we already have additional reader instance, reader replica, it means that our writer instance will efficiently handle all the writing queries. So we have a writer instance and we have reader instance. Now what we're going to do is we're going to test our failover situation. So I'm going to click on this main instance. So this is writer. So basically remember that we always should have writer instance. So I'm going to click on this writer instance, and then we're going to choose actions. Here we're going to choose failover. It means that, so the main instance is writer. So if we are testing failover, so basically this main instance will become reader, and the reader, this reader replica will become writer. Let's see. Here you can see that the cluster status is failing over. So the failover is done now. You can see that the main instance now became reader, and our read replica became writer instance. It means that failover was successful. Also, I'm going to tell you why this multi-AZ deployment is important. Let's say that we accidentally deleted this writer instance, or not accidentally, but let's say that something happened in this region and the region became unavailable, and that's why our writer instance was also unavailable. So if writer instance is deleted, then this instance should become automatically writer instance. So let's check that, and I'm gonna choose this read replica, the writer instance, and from the actions we're gonna delete this one. So it says type delete me. Let's type it and delete. So currently this is a writer and this is a reader instance, right? So soon we are gonna see that this will become writer instance. Okay, now the role is changed. You can see that this instance became writer, and this is one. Then this one is reader, but soon it's gonna be deleted. So I think that's it. We have successfully created and configured our database, highly available database on AWS. We also successfully tested failover mechanism of this database. So I hope you liked the tutorial. Bye, and I will see you in the next one.